1:10 today with a monorail coming by. We are headed into Epcot just for lunch and maybe a couple of other activities. We were out running errands, had our errands done sooner than we thought, so we're gonna hop into Epcot for lunch and then get back to Lucy Girl. You guys know what to do. Grab yourselves a tasty treat and a beverage of your choice and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside this vlog at all times. Oh, and I do have some updates on Mark, so stay tuned. And after we wrap up here, I'll include a little extra segment at the end of this video to update on how Mark is doing. Funny, I told Teddy, I said, well, it's overcast, I don't think we need hats. And the minute we go through turnstiles, the clouds are starting to break and the sun's coming out. So another reason why we chose Epcot today is part of the update on Mark is he's gonna be in New Jersey with this medical condition for at least 6 to 8 more weeks. Therefore, for us to pick back up homeschooling, a lot of Teddy's curriculum is obviously home in Texas. Some stuff I can kind of switch it up or go to like Books A Million, buy some textbooks that I know I was using, go to where I know we were. But we decided to kind of be creative when it comes to first grade world geography. And we were at a point in world geography where we were gonna start going through each of the 50 states individually. But since we're here and we have Epcot to utilize, we're gonna start working on some foreign countries at first for world geography, huh?
Yeah, every country has countries.
Right. So we're also gonna start doing some in-depth Florida studies while we're here as well. Monorail. So we're gonna just kind of go with the flow and tweak our curriculum so that we're still achieving homeschooling, but in a very creative way over the next 6 weeks. So the first country, he wants to start with Mexico, and then we'll be working our way around. Side note, I'm gonna do more stuff beyond just what we find in Epcot. Epcot's just going to be kind of our kickoff, and then what we'll do is other days during the week, we'll do some more in-depth research and reading and stuff from the country that he chooses for that week. So that's kind of our plan. Tidbit, because you already know a little bit about Mexico, don't you? What would you like to say?
Mexico connects it to Texas.
It does. And our other, AKA temporary home in Texas, is right on the Mexican border, isn't it? Big Bend National Park is kind of our partial temporary home that we're not temporarily at. Anyway, so yeah, you already do know a little bit about Mexico, which is why you wanted to start there. And then we'll just, same thing, every week we'll pick a different country and kind of eat some snacks from it, do some in-depth research. I think I'll get your little scavenger hunt book. We had started doing that like 2 years ago, but you weren't really old enough at the time. So I think we'll restart that. Do you want to restart that? Yeah. So here is a map of World Showcase Lagoon. So various pavilions are all around World Showcase Lagoon. Mexico, Norway, China, Germany, Italy, I need to switch with you, Teddy, the American Adventure, Japan, Morocco, France, United Kingdom, and Canada. So we are going to just, like I said, pick a different one each week, and that should help us get by with just a different way to do curriculum in his world geography for these 6 to 8 weeks. Part of our adventures are going to include eating in the various countries. So we're opting for the quick service location here in the Mexico Pavilion today. So they have a variety of choices here. I'm going to kind of slowly pan down through it to show you. There's also alcohol, but I don't drink, so I don't usually cover much of that. There are the kids' picks here. You have empanadas, chicken tenders, chicken tacos, and mac and cheese, which Teddy's probably gonna get mac and cheese. Not anything really Mexican, but hey, that's okay. And then they do have some desserts too. So Teddy did go with the mac and cheese, and it comes with apple slices. So what matters is he'll actually eat it. He probably would have eaten plain tortilla chips, but not much else he would enjoy on this menu. He's also enjoying lemonade, so he's happy with that. I went with the shrimp tacos. I'm so excited. Oh, it looks so tasty. And then rice and beans. So tasty. We were lucky out. We got a bit of a water seat with the grackles serenading us and music serenading us. Everything is just beautiful. So he ate his apple slices, and the mac and cheese was really hot in the bowl, so I actually dumped it into that little container that his whole meal came in and spread it out so it cooled faster. And it must be good mac and cheese because it is going down the hatch pretty good. So the next thing is to actually enter into the pavilion and ride the Grand Fiesta Tour and look around at the shop and try to find the kid caught stuff. Teddy gave his mac and cheese meal a 10 out of 10. My tacos were delicious as well. No, you don't need to go that way, sweetie. That's just when they queue up. But yeah, our lunch was, highly recommend both dishes. So in the entryway, there's a lot of interp actually that you can feed into an educational opportunity. A lot of stuff. Of course, if you're familiar with the movie Coco, it does deal with a holiday that just recently passed by. And if I'm saying it right, Dia de Muertos. And forgive me if my pronunciation is way off on that. That is Spanish. Do you remember what the other nickname for it is that we just celebrated it? Day of the Dead. Good job, sweetie. And here you'll see how we just had Halloween. Oops, I'm losing Teddy. Hold on. It's really dark in here and there's a lot of music. So I'm just going to give you a few little tidbits because it's really difficult to film in the dark. But we are taking some time this afternoon to actually walk around and look at the exhibits and read over the signs and stuff. And just kind of showing you another little overview because it is really dark in here to try to film every little bit of it. Now we are entering the Plaza de los Amigos, Plaza of the Friends.
Big summer. Oh God, that's the thing. I will show you it.
We stopped at the Kid Caught Fun Stop here in Mexico.
I got a sticker and a drawing of that.
Yeah, we talked to the cast member for a while about where she's from in Mexico, and we talked about coming from Big Bend, and then he did the project. So we're gonna collect these throughout our little journey of the next 6 weeks too. We are front row on the Grand Fiesta Tour. I just wanted to get a glimpse of the restaurant here. The tables are more lit up than I remember them being. And I think some of the seating looks different. So I'm not sure if they went through a refurb recently or what. Yeah, Teddy loves that restaurant. He's already bugging me. Let's eat there, Mom, next time. It certainly smells good. If you guys had smell-o-vision right now, oh my goodness. It smells delicious. All right, we're getting ready to head in.
A volcano.
And now we're doing some shopping. He looks so adorable in that hat. We bought a flag. I'll show you that later. Hold on, do you need help? He just wants to keep trying on different hats. He's in a very hat mode. And then if you're hot, you could always get a fan yourself off with. Yeah? Now he's trying on some ears. Yes, styling, aren't you? Styling.
I'm always in.
Yeah. We came out to heavy rain, so we kind of let it slow down a little bit. And now we are just dancing in the rain and playing with acorns and puddles. Life of a boy. We started walking again and the rain picked up really heavy. So I've convinced Teddy to come in and visit Figment for a minute and dry off for a minute. You got this, Bob. Yes. You do. Funny, it said 20 minutes outside, but it is walk on. So Teddy's had a fear of Figment for a long time because when he was like 2, the blast of air at the end used to scare him. But we got through it today. Yeah. I kept telling him you're gonna love it now that you're older, and we did, and you busted through your fears, and now you love it, huh? Yeah. Yes. He likes the footprints on the wall. I gotta show you. There's a hidden Mickey here I love. Right up. Oops. Right there. I love this hidden Mickey. All right, let's go play an ImageWorks. Yeah, hidden Mickey, honeys. Ah. And now he'll love this part. If you wave your arms and stuff, yeah, there you go.
Can you help?
I'm filming you. Wave your arms. There you go. Make the music. Now I'll help you. I just wanted to get a little bit of you doing it.
Then follow the pattern.
You gotta touch it. Woo! Wait till it resets. And
Touch a lighted candle to begin.
okay, touch a
Then
light.
follow the pattern.
Touch a light. I think if you hit the button. Yeah, hit the button. There you go.
Touch a lighted candle to begin. Then follow the pattern.
Yeah. Create your own figment, it says. Good job, Teddy. That's what he created, an orange figment. Good job. Now he's doing the little dance thing here, the squares. Teddy's first time meeting Figment. He's very, very excited, and so am I. This is really, really exciting. That was awesome, because that was my first time meeting Figment, too. Of course, then I looked at the picture and realized how awful my hair looks, all wet and everything. So if you know Teddy, you know this is one of his must-dos here at Epcot usually. So we're going to take a few minutes and let him run around and enjoy the dancing fountains here. And then we'll have to kind of start thinking about working our way to the car. Such a beautiful area. Sticking his whole arm in, shirt and all. Good thing I put a quick dry shirt on him today. Those shirts, those quick dry shirts, they are the best, like outdoor or theme park shirt, because they do block the sun. They are quick dry, but oh my gosh, yeah, they're just so versatile. Yeah, you think that's funny? Of course, it's still spitting rain. Teddy, it's raining right now too. It's spitting rain. Yeah, he loves this area. Here they come. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Wait for it to go again. It should come up and go over. Yeah, it is definitely, because it keeps spitting rain, it is definitely one of those theme park hair, don't care type of days. Just gotta go with the flow and enjoy it. Well, it has been a fabulous, wet, but fabulous adventure here at Epcot. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you some of the cool merchandise we got and then give you an update on Mark. So stay tuned. I'll do that when we get back to the cabin. Don't mind the use of my dog's crate for display purposes. It's tight quarters in this cabin. So here's the Mexico flag that Teddy got that we want to try to collect. Now, I don't know if the other countries do have their flags out, but we went with it. It goes good. So and then he earned the Figment book because, as I had mentioned, Teddy had had a fear of Figment since he was like 2 or 3, just because it's one of those experiences that the wind that they blow at the end spooked him, so he's been scared ever since. But now he's like, that's a must do. I knew he would fall in love with Figment, and as you saw, we even got to meet Figment later on. So he got the Figment little golden book. And then because this was only supposed to be a vacation to start with, not an extended time period in Florida, we came here without a lot of like toys. And one toy that Teddy really relies on a lot is cars and trucks. So we got this little package of some cars that he can drive either here inside the cabin or outside on the patio, or even, because we're gonna have to stay at multiple places over the next 6 to 8 weeks. So it's good in cabins, camping, hotel rooms, even to pack in his backpack to take in for theme park days. So thought it was really good. He had some trucks, and these trinkets today are a big, in part, a thank you. I did have 3 very kind people donate to my Venmo. I have PayPal, Venmo, Buy Me a Coffee. I have all of those choices. And 3 different people did donate to the Venmo, and that is extremely appreciated because, yeah, this is going to be a long stretch of, you know, how to not only sustain ourselves with lodging and food and gassing and all that, but also to kind of make it, you know, kind of fun too, and purposeful. So really, really appreciative to those sweet people who donated to the channel. Anyway, I'm gonna eat. We brought back Wawa, so I'm gonna eat, and then I promise, fill you in on Mark. I'm also waiting because I was on the phone with him when I left Epcot. He had to go, so I'm also waiting to talk to him again to get the latest update before I then pass on to you the latest update. Hey gang, so it has been an interesting few days since I actually included any kind of update on Mark on YouTube. I think I've posted a bit on my personal feed on Facebook. I think I've done a couple of posts on the Hammocks to Coasters page on Facebook. But on top of keeping up with everything going on with Mark, we had a first winter cold virus go through this household, meaning us. Started with Teddy and then went to me. Luckily, very minor cold, ran through each of us about 24 hours or a little more. Like, you might tell a lot in this video, my voice was still a little garbly, but fine for the most part, and so is Teddy. So that's how we spent a good part of like the weekend, and then going into the first part of this week. We actually changed KOA cabins from the cabin we were at to one of the ones that's still a 1-bedroom primitive. There's no bathroom inside it, but it is upgraded. We are next door to the bathroom, so we also did that in the midst of everything. Okay, so when I last filmed an update that I put to YouTube, I think it was Friday night, because Friday night or Saturday night, it was after we had spent time at Animal Kingdom, and then like after that decided to turn it around. You could see Teddy playing with his new cars. I thought that might be better than just looking at me. And then he goes out of the shot. So there goes that plan. Okay, so I think when I did do the update, I had mentioned that Mark had to lose 2 toes. And then they were going back in to look. And they did do that 2 days ago. Yes, Monday. Monday they took him back into surgery. They did have to remove 2 more toes. So on his, I have to stop and think which leg it is. It's his right leg. On his right foot now, all he has is his big toe. They have removed the other 4. The gangrene had also sparked back up, for lack of a better word. Forgive me if I don't always know really good medical terminology. And therefore, that was the case of taking the other 2 toes, as well as they did have to cut out a lot off the top of his foot. Now, hopefully, the doctor is hopeful that they got the gangrene under control this time. But it had really, he says it's the infection is a really aggressive infection, so this gangrene is a really aggressive gangrene, and it did really spark back up just in between the couple of days from the first surgery. So they are gonna re-look at it again tomorrow, I believe, is when he's due to have the surgeon re-look at it. Now, if the gangrene has once again reared its ugly head and sparked up, they are gonna have to cut more off, and then again probably go another couple days and go from there. If the gangrene is under control, if the gangrene is under control, then the next step is when he can put some weight on that foot. The goal is to move him to a rehab facility where he will rehab for 6 weeks and be on IV antibiotics, I think, for 6 weeks. Because what they did today's procedure was to take him in to put a special IV in that goes into a different vein or somehow that will be more prepared to be a long-term IV. And that will be what they'll be using for the antibiotics and blood draws for 6 weeks. And he is going to stay in New Jersey for all of this. For one thing, he's getting amazing care. I have nothing but positive to say with this whole experience. Anybody that I've had to speak to, the doctor has done awesome at treating me as the wife with really good respect. And as soon as they come out of surgery, he calls me and lets me know what's going on. Just the level of care Mark has had has been amazing. And also, he does need to keep getting checked by the same team that is dealing with all this. So he could kind of rehab in Florida, but then we'd have to end up going back to New Jersey anyway. So that just doesn't logistically make sense. I have to keep finding a different way to rest my hand. So even when this rehab spell is over, there's no for sure knowing from that point when he'll be able to return to work. So we don't want to go back to Texas, Teddy and I, to just sit in remote West Texas, especially where, you know, without Mark and all of that. So we are gonna just make a go of hanging out in Florida and using it as, you know, Florida's our chosen home anyway, so it's not like we're sad to be here. A little bit difficult because obviously we came unprepared for homeschooling. Most of Teddy's curriculum is in Texas, so I'm gonna have to be creative and maybe buy some brand new books to use and just really kind of start getting back into the flow, trying to match it to what we were working on best I can. And then continue to vlog for you guys and build the channel and just stay positive. And it looks like we might get Mark back right around Christmas. So it's really sad because we had just put up our Christmas tree in Texas and now we won't have him for Thanksgiving. We are hoping to have him for Christmas. So I am thinking I will book something on Disney property for a Disney resort stay, that when I can bring Mark to Florida Christmas week, I can surprise him with a Disney vacation. Although he watches these videos, so won't be that much of a surprise. Focus on Teddy again for a while. Let me click out. There we go. So, this KOA is, you know, it's doing us pretty good, but they do have a limit. So we may have to change locations a few times. So we actually did go get a storage unit today because Teddy's also had some stuff gifted to him from our friend Kim, who comes over to visit us from Tampa a lot. So then also with switching around, it's just easier if I could put some stuff in storage and only have so much in the car with us. And the idea is, even if Mark does return back to Texas eventually to continue back at work, if he's physically able to do that, because we're not sure if he'll have to go on long-term at work, he's going to be getting short-term disability, and they're working on that paperwork now so that he can collect full paycheck for short-term disability, which will cover pretty much through his rehab stint. Then, if he has to go on long-term disability after that, we'll take those steps next. But the idea is eventually we all are going to be living in Florida again anyway. So having a storage unit to start kind of stocking some stuff up into is not really a bad idea. Other than that, Mark is in a lot of pain today. The nerve block that they had on him to take the other two toes wore off last night, and he's been in a lot of pain. And yeah, every time I do call him today to check on him, he's not doing good. He's hurting real bad today. Other than that, that's, you know, I do call him several times a day. He calls me, we do text. And Teddy's gonna get loud because he's in the middle of a battle with these cars.
You got me this time, but I'll be back.
All right, Teddy, but before we say goodbye, do you want to add in anything to our day here? Cars, yes, I know that. Cars, it must feel good to have some cars to play with again. Because that was like, that's one of his biggest toys. And I cannot believe I didn't bring any from Big Ben. But honestly, we were, you know, traveling from Texas, which meant we were going to be in the car, and then we were only going to be here 4 nights and then headed back to Texas. So it's not like we came, you know, prepared for this, but alas, life sometimes throws you curveballs and you just gotta learn to roll with them. Roll with the flow. And yeah, we'll get homeschooling done. We'll be creative with it, but we'll get it done. He's really kind of speeding ahead and things pretty good anyway. He's right on target of where he should be. I'm gonna wrap this up so I can edit it, and I'm gonna try to get back on a schedule now that, you know, big crisis with Mark is starting to calm down, and now that we've both gotten over this cold, I do want to start getting on a schedule where what we're looking at is we may do homeschooling in the morning and then go on to Disney property or wherever for an adventure to film in the afternoon or evening, or either that we'll reverse it if there's something we want to do at rope drop and go over to property in the morning and then do our homeschool assignments in the evening. He's pretty flexible. Actually, he does better if I do switch up routine and don't keep it the same every day. So, peace and love, gang. Keep adventuring. Check the description down below. I do list like ways to contact me. So if you don't have a way to comment on these YouTube videos, or you don't use Facebook or Instagram, feel free to shoot me an email. And I'm trying to keep up with answering people. It has been difficult because I have been overwhelmed, stressed, and then sick with a cold. But I really do want to start trying to respond to people better. So yeah, if you can't message me through other means or leave comments through other means, please always feel free to send an email. I will try to answer. And then yeah, if you do have Facebook, follow our Hammocks to Coasters page on Facebook. I also have Instagram, and you can find all that in the description of all the videos. Want to say anything else before I say goodbye?
Watch some cars.
Watch some cars?
Today we're going to go, you know what?
Yeah?
Now we go driving along the street. Now let's see if I can start this car.
Okay.
Cat car.
Yeah? Oh. Oh wow, I didn't know they did that, Teddy. Did you see how that went up on its back wheels? Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Try to see if it will do it again. Oh wow, that